Hello YouTubers, this is JT Blackhawk. I appreciate you bearing with me. This is my first official YouTube video, nonetheless YouTube review at the same time. Today we're evaluating and also reviewing at the same time the latest rendition of the Kershaw Junkyard dog. This one is the version 2.2, but you need to be a little careful because you'll notice, I don't know if you've been keeping up with this line of knives, not only did the blade go from solid steel to composite steel over the last 2 or 3 years, but the actual pattern in which the blades are fused together has changed. I think the original pattern for this kind of composite steel was something goofy. It was kind of like a puzzle piece pattern, like, you know, almost looked like stick figure bodies with the heads on it. It's kind of goofy, but anyway, I really like this pattern. This is my personal preference. Your mileage may vary. I've actually been following this knife for a long time, ever since I saw it come out. I fell immediately in love with the shape, everything about it. I mean, the fact that it had D2 steel on the actual blade, and then I think it's 1428 CN on the actual body, just makes for an indestructible design. It's proven when two metals are fused together, obviously depending on the lamination, whether it's welded or, you know, hardened, forged, whatever, it's proven that the blade steel is always stronger, whether it's knives or any kind of tool. Anyway, moving on to the review. This is a heavy duty knife. Don't expect it to have any kind of like a, you know, easy lightweight knife in your pocket. This knife is built for chores. You won't want to beat it up once you get it because it's very well made. You could tell. We're gonna let the camera zoom in here in a little bit. You could tell immediately how much quality was put into the craftsmanship of this knife. I mean, look at that. Even the copper brazing, it's pretty sharp. It's pretty amazing. The knife is very heavy duty. You could tell in the thickness of the liners. It's a lot more thicker than your average knife. You'll have, you know, other Kershaw popular brands like the 1760. I believe it's a Skyline. It only has one liner, and then just the body on the other side, no liner. Obviously, that knife, it's intended for different purposes. It's made for EDC. This knife here, it's just built like a tank. Obviously, there's not a lot in the terms of hardware, mainly because it's not a flow through the design, as you can see here. It's mainly used as a solid Zytel sandwich construction, is what I like to call it, the Zytel sandwich, which is pretty much the G10 on the outside, the liners, and then you got the Zytel in the middle. The clip, I like it because it flows with the rest of the knife being just a beast of a knife. But according to most of the reviews I've seen here on YouTube, and, you know, the feedback that this knife has gotten over the years on Amazon and everywhere, people just find it obnoxious, big, nasty. I like it because it flows with the knife. It obviously goes with the curvature of the knife here. The only thing I don't like about this clip, that I wish this knife had the option, I almost want to re-drill it myself, but I don't want to screw it up. I wish it did have the holes positioned back here so that the knife would be suitable to change the clip for tip, what they call a tip up carry. But nonetheless, you know, it's a simple clip. The wave on it is very streamlined. It doesn't have like the sudden bump. It's very streamlined. It goes with the knife, and it shouldn't be too tight in your pants. It should be actually easier to remove because of that smooth flowing wave. The knife does not have Kershaw's patented speed safe technology. In fact, it's a manual mechanical style opening, which is not a big problem because the weight of the blade, obviously this knife is 6 ounces, which, getting back to what I said earlier, it's not an EDC knife, but it'll definitely serve any kind of multi-purpose utility, camping. I mean, if it's downright all the way to survival, that you're dealing with. It'll skin a deer if you have to, break bones. It'll do what you need it to do. These lines on the blade are absolutely amazing. Galleon design, you know, and it's really my fault, but I totally forgot the dude's name. I think it's Tim Galleon or something. He designed his blade, and he's a very popular knife designer within the Kershaw company, and he's been making knives that really stand out with these kind of lines. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. The knife has nothing special about it. I mean, it doesn't have a hole for a lanyard, which a lot of people are going to complain about. It has jimping on the handle, but not on the blade. So if you really want to choke up on the blade, not that you want to on this side, because it's a recipe to instantly cut yourself. But if you want to get into some manual tasks where some precise work is needed, you don't have that ability to choke up on the blade right here, as if you were going to grip it in this way. You have to use the jimping on the back, which puts your hand further away from the work, and thus not allowing you to get the precision that you would want out of the work. Obviously, for that, there would be other knives. Anyway, I don't know why my camera is taking so long to zoom in, but I know it can get annoying, and I apologize. This is my first knife review. I'm obviously going to streamline my reviewing with better equipment, better cameras. One thing that called my attention, getting back to the knife, is the way that it came. You could tell that this is a USA made knife automatically because the way that it comes, the presentation, the packaging. You could see the lining inside here, protective cloth. The knife fits comfortably inside there. In fact, it comes from the factory just like that. It's kind of like a wannabe, leathery vinyl kind of material. It's soft. I wouldn't put it through the weather. This is just to store your knife for when it's, you know, not being used, or you have another knife in rotation. That's the only reason you would have this knife in the pouch, just for storage. That's my opinion. You don't want to take it out to the backcountry in this pouch. You don't want to take it, you don't even want to carry it in your pocket, because it's bound to either get broken down with, you know, body perspiration, or with other items that may be in your pocket, such as keys or bottle openers, etc., or other knives if you're kind of like me and you carry more than one at a time. Anyways, you're gonna be very happy with this knife, because you're gonna, like I said before, you're gonna feel the quality control that was put into its manufacturing process. You'll feel it as soon as you hold it. I mean, just the lines, they're so smooth. There goes the blur again. Okay, let's stay still so that the camera can focus. You'll notice that the lines are so smooth on it, even down to this copper brazing. It's pretty downright amazing the way this knife is built. I own several other Kershaw knives, which I plan to review eventually once I fix these focusing antics that I'm getting here with this mediocre 1080p setup that I have going on. But anyway, you will notice that this knife right here, it's like one of a kind. I own a lot of Chinese knives, Kershaw Chinese made knives, and the majority of them, the quality is wonderful. But however, you could still see how much more when you pick up one of these US made pieces. As you can see there, the blade is centered in the liners. I mean, perfectly centered. That mileage varies with the Chinese knives, the Kershaw ones. I own a few of them. I guess I've been the lucky one, but I've watched other reviews, because I haven't had all my knives are pretty centered in the middle. But I've watched other Chinese reviews on the Chinese Kershaw knives, and Chinese reviews, man, I'm a goofball. Anyway, don't mind my ADD. But yeah, the other reviews that I've seen, people complain about their knife leaning to one side in between the liners. But anyway, all I'm going to say right now is that this knife goes between, the lowest I've seen it is probably $69, and that's on Amazon with the free Prime shipping. If you have Prime, it's not. It's called, I guess, Super Saver shipping. But anyway, this knife right here, just go out and buy it. You'll find that it differs. It varies between $69 and $80. I think it's $89. As soon as it drops to $69 or anything between $69 and $75, just go ahead and buy it. It's worth every brown penny that you have available to buy knives with. So anyway, JT Blackhawk here. I hope you didn't mind the blurring too much of this review. Kershaw Junkyard Dog, not to be confused with the Junkyard Dog 2, but this is the Junkyard Dog 2.2. I'm not sure how many exact models of these were produced, but I know that this is the latest and greatest. The one preceding this one was the one with the designs on the blade looking like a puzzle piece. Anyway, hope you enjoy this review, and till next time, we'll see you. JT signing out.